Alrighty, what is up everybody and welcome back to Evospace. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to go ahead and show you what I went ahead and did in between episodes here. So, this right here, this little chunk of stuff, including this kind of, is the titanium maker. So over here we have our salt maker, which I think I showed you in the last episode. If I plug in the pipe here, it fills this up with water and it'll start pumping salt into this storage rack here. That salt is then electrolyzed into chlorine and sodium dust, which we're currently making, which is kind of weird because I don't think it's supposed to be running. There's a storage, a little bit of storage that's in the pipes that it's filling up, I guess. So we have a tank of 256 of chlorine. That chlorine is pumped into the chemical reactor that we made. Let me go and turn this off. That is mixed with the prepared titanium, which is, I think we were mixing in that thing or smelting down. I forget where. Oh, that's what it was. It's that thing over there. So we take the chlorine, or the chlorine and the prepared titanium. The prepared titanium is made from smelting down titanium oxide and coke dust, which is why we have that thing over there. That outputs into this thing, or no. It makes the fluid. It doesn't make any item, but I just have this here just in case, for whatever reason, we end up somehow making an item in that reactor thing. So then the fluid from that goes into this, which is currently empty, and then that fed into this other chemical reactor. That chemical reactor mixed with magnesium dust, and I think I didn't lock it, or I did lock it. Maybe that was the recipe. Magnesium, yeah, it is the recipe, okay. Magnesium and titanium fluid that that other reactor makes gives you titanium sponges. Titanium sponges we have a bit of right now because I put all the titanium that I had through the system here. Then I didn't set this up all the way. I just need an arm to conveyor it into the industrial smelter here. But this is the thing that makes the titanium ingots. So we needed furnaces on the inside to produce the heat, because it needs the heat to smelt stuff. The NAC coolant took a little bit to make. I didn't realize that when using it in this machine, it kind of it's not actually used. It smelts. It gets turned into this stuff, and then if you put it through one of these, it pretty much gives you back your coolant dust. So it's like it's just using it, but not actually using it, if that makes sense. You can only put 10 in the machine at any given time. It won't let you put a bigger stack in there. So that turns into titanium ingots on this side here. I turned all of them into plates and stuff for the time being. This outputs heat, so we put the radiator on top of it, and it'll take the heat from the machine, so it keeps running. I didn't know I was doing these things wrong, these conveyor junctions. If you link them like this, and then you turn the sides on to the correct input-output things up here, it'll put a connection in between each little thing, as long as it's within the green lines. So, well, I guess this way would have been better. So as long as it's like right here on the end of the line, if I were to put another one here, it'll put one of these things there, the little conveyor belt looking thingies, which is nice. I went ahead and switched out all my stuff that I have these things in. But let me go ahead and grab some titanium here. I guess I can throw the rest of this in there, or I can actually just set this up to run on its own here. Which I think I'll go ahead and do. Let me grab a arm and a conveyor belt. Where's my arms? Arm, conveyor belt. It doesn't matter right now because it's not gonna, doesn't have that much to go through. It's also not gonna process out that fast that it needs a faster belt. So I'm not too worried about using one of these ones. And we should be good. And then this thing lights up to show you that it's using it. And I think I can switch this aluminum one out for a better one. It might dissipate the heat a little bit quicker. I'm not too sure. I didn't plug in the... Oh, no, I did. Why is this at a standstill? It should be running. We're out of power on this thing. We're out of steam. Need to turn this guy on to actually get our power up and running here. This is not very... This setup here is not very good here. I think I added more of those things back there. So I have one whole methane fluid thingy being made in 10 seconds. I think it takes 10 seconds for those to ferment down. But this farm can barely hold one of these running. If I leave this thing on for, I want to say maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours at most, this will empty out and these things will not be able to keep up, which is kind of a bummer. But we do have an option we can go ahead and do. If I grab my stuff like I needed to, so I went ahead and grabbed my titanium that I have, my steel. We can make these things. We have solar panels available to us, which kind of makes me not want to be skipping the day anymore, because that kind of feels cheaty just to have a power source that I can just keep doing that with and just have power coming in. So I'm going to kind of hold off on doing those for right now. But we can go ahead and also complete the quest line, I believe. We're only missing a couple things here on 2 of them. And then the last thing we got to do is the hard metal quest. It looks like neutronium is not actually in the game. Because clicking on the dust here, there's no way of getting it. There's no ore, there's no like thing telling you where it is, like the other stuff. Here you can see like the titanium and the uranium is kind of in ore form, so you know it's in the world. I did find a thing of titanium here because I went ahead and dug around and found the uranium again, or where the uranium was. I went ahead and dug out from it, thinking that it would be on the same line of it, because I kept finding diamonds, and so I just dug around on that level of the world here to find it, and I happened to find it, which is kind of cool. So now we kind of have a big surplus of titanium whenever I put this through the system, which is good. Why did I hit that again? I didn't mean to hit that. If we pull together a stainless steel inverse heat exchanger and a radiator, we complete that quest line there, which is the radiators here, and the inverse one is this one. Let's go ahead and whip those together. We got our NAC coolant dust, which is cool. We don't really need it anymore. If I would have paid attention to that quest line when I started, I would have saved the time it took me to smelt down the granite, I think it was, granite into stone dust, and the stone dust had to get put through here to get the, what is this stuff called? It is the potassium dust. You need potassium and the sodium, I think, that we were making over here, mixed together or smelted down, and you get NAC coolant dust, which is what we had to do there. So let's go ahead and do the other one as well. What was that one needing? It needed a stainless steel alloy furnace and a solid fuel furnace. Solid fuel. What does that need? Reinforced concrete. How do you make reinforced concrete? I've done this before. Is it here? I think it's here. Yeah, it's right here. So we need stone and steel. Stone. I don't think I have any laying around, so I'm just going to go ahead and make it. We'll just do that. Steel. Boop. Make one of you, because we don't need a whole lot of you. And then hop on over to the steel section. Make one of those. That is that done, and we need the furnace thingy, which needs 5 of these guys, and we're good to go. That's that quest done, and we have 5 titanium in our inventory now. And so I think we're just going to go ahead and skip the steel era of tools. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll skip that. We'll skip the jetpack as well. Or it's not even an option. Aluminum jetpack. Okay, so there is no steel jetpack. There is no titanium jetpack, but there is titanium tools. So let's go ahead and make one of those guys here. We can't actually make one of those. We need pipes. Whoopsie. Do that. And then we can make... let's make 5 of them for right now. We have a bunch of titanium. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, never mind. We don't have that much of it. I just realized. I kind of want to make... I want to make the right one. I want to make the industrial separators. I'll make... ooh. Do I make 2 of them? I'll make 2 of them. Yeah, we'll make 2 of them. We'll make both of those. Let's see. Do we have any more titanium? We need plates. So I think I'll go ahead and shove them in here. There's no guarantee it's not going to go through this thing, but we'll have a couple of plates waiting for us at least. What else do we need from titanium? Oh, you know what? I forgot. Did I had to change out a bunch of the tanks and stuff down here. I had a bunch of the little ones storing fluid, but for whatever reason they'd empty out. I'd lock it, and then I'd turn on the destroying one, and it would drain the tanks anyways, which was kind of annoying. So I had to I put those things there to see maybe it would stop it, because the top's only an input and the bottom's the output, so maybe it locks it on its own there too, just to be safe, I guess. I haven't ran the system though to see if that's the case at all. Where is our stuff? So our stuff's there. We don't have anything coming through the separators right now, right? Nope. Okay, that can go, that can go. This needs to go that away and that away. And now we should be good. Ooh, weird. We should be good with these guys processing out stuff now. I want to turn those guys into these guys as well, but we'll hold off because we don't have enough plates to do that. Where's my tools at? There's my tools. Let me hop down in the mine hole here. Oh, you know what? I don't think I showed this either, but I found, if I can go in the hole, I found a thing. I thought it was bedrock that I found down here, which it's seeming more and more like it is, because I can't find a way out of here. It's just bedrock and it won't let me go through it. But I found this thing up here, which is the same stuff. I can't mine through it, except it's like a big square. It goes, I don't know how far out it goes, but it comes this way and then it turns again. And it goes that way for a little bit, and then it stops, and then it goes back that way for a little bit, and it stops, and it goes that way. Oh, I didn't dig that way, but it goes that way again. It's like a big square. I think it goes all the way down to the bedrock area that I found over there, because I dug down here as well, and it comes to a stop on bedrock itself. So I don't know if it's like a chunk error or if it's supposed to be like this, but it's a thing. Where is the door that I came in from? Over here. So I just want to see if this is going to mine the granite any quicker than the aluminum one is. So we got like a couple seconds there, and then yeah, it mines way quicker. Okay. So that's nice. I'm going to go ahead and use the aluminum ones until I don't need them any, or until they run out and I can't use them anymore. Let me grab some stuff here. Okay, so I went ahead and set the titanium to be processed out in our thing over there. Something that I found, because I loaded into a creative just to see some of these things, because some of these don't have a block picture. So I wanted to see if they work in any way. There's these fusion reactors in the game. I can't seem to figure out how they work. There is an item input, a fluid input, and a fluid output, but there's nothing showing me how it works. Like, you can make this uranium-235 dust, which I figured would be like the fuel source for a reactor, but there's no thing for it. There's no thing for the actual uranium, like the raw stuff. So I don't know how those would work. I would like to use them, but I can't find how you turn them on. I can't see a power source for them. So I don't think they're implemented all the way just yet. There's a couple of things in the game that aren't actually in the game, but you can mess with them. So I'm going to go ahead and leave those alone for right now. But I did find these things because I was kind of curious if I could make my farms bigger by using the arms. We got to go to stainless steel. Using the arms that are in the game, the higher tier stuff. What is that we need? We need a filter arm, and we need a tool. A tool is a bunch of copper stuff. Let me grab my copper stuff. So we'll grab a little bit of you. A little bit of you. We should be good there. And kablamo. Okay. So with these things here, where'd it go? There. With these ones here, they move. So they go around in like a circle, and then they'll go up and they'll dig around in a circle, and I think you can use these to like auto mine an area out for you. But the only issue I have with it is I don't know how you would power this thing, because you would need it close to your power sources, because you can't break a battery and keep the charge in it. Or you can just make a solar panel, I guess, and use that for powering it, which I kind of want to try, but I kind of don't want to try, because then once you get down into the downer bit, the caves and stuff, you don't have an access point to the sun here unless you're digging a giant hole down to it. But we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, sure. Let's see. What do we need? We need glass is what we're missing. Do we have any glass? We do have some glass. We have enough for one solar panel because we don't have enough wiring. So that's what it looks like. It's a big solar panel. What I want to go ahead and do is I want to set up an area here for the thing. I'm gonna dig a hole straight down pretty much. So I'm gonna angle the arm downward. I need a chest. Do we have enough for a titanium chest? We do. I'm gonna use a titanium chest because it's bigger, or it's gonna be the biggest thing we have right now. We need cabling. Do I have cabling laying around? We got some cabling. Cool. Oh, did I just... Oh, no. That's steel. I needed stainless steel. Okay, never mind. So let me go find a little area here. It's probably not going to be too far away, actually. Probably just going to be like over here on the side of the base, so that we can kind of keep track of it while it's doing its thing here. I don't want to put it too close, though, and have it eat up my base on accident. Let me grab my planks over here. Let's see, we need about that much. We shouldn't need too much of it, actually. But we're going to dig out from the base here, or plank out from the base a little bit, so we don't accidentally destroy our base here. Boop, 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 boop. That should be fine. That should be more than enough. So I'm going to put the chest there. The arm is going to go... I need you to face downward, bud. Okay, maybe we can just screwdriver it into place then. There we go. So that should mine everything below it. But then I think we should be able to power it from behind. Turn my X back on. Yeah, we can power it from right here. Okay, so we should be able to just put the solar panel right on top of it and give it its juice right then and there. There we go. But it didn't pick up the stuff. I guess it didn't pick up the grass. Okay. So this is what it's going to do. It's going to go around in a circle almost. Not quite a circle. It's like an 11 by 10 triangle-y type thingy almost. But it's going to mine quicker than I can mine. And it's going to have more patience than I'm going to have to dig out a hole like this. But I'm going to let this thing run. It's got its own little power source. I'm fine with skipping the daytime with something like this. I just don't want to have the whole base powered up off of solar and I'm skipping the day like that. It feels weird. But yeah, so let me go ahead and let that run. Let me put this stuff through the system. Oh, I can't even put this stuff through the system because I don't have it hooked up like that. Let me go find where I put all this stuff back at, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty, so before we go ahead and wrap up, I'm going to go ahead and swap this one out for the stainless steel. I need to turn my thing back on. There we go. I have it hooked up to one of these. I think I showed this as well. It's just taking out the heat and just smelting down the aluminum oxide dust and stuff that we had going through here. So we get chrome and I forget what else we get from that. But I'm going to change this one out for the stainless steel one, which looks like it does drain the heat away quicker, which is nice. And while this is processing everything down, we have the hole over there being made, which is dumping stuff on the ground, which isn't too great. But I think that might be it for this episode. We have a hole being dug. I'm gonna keep dropping it down. I might leave the solar panel there and just run cabling down to the arm. But we'll see how I go about doing that one. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.